In the heart of Buckinghamshire lies a stately home that epitomizes gracious English country living. Cliveden is the seat of the illustrious Astor family, whose descendants include the famously straight-laced British parliamentarian Lady Nancy Astor. But Lady Astor would have been greatly dismayed if she'd ever known the role played by her country home in one of Britain's most famous sex scandals. It was at a pool party in the summer of 1961 when 19-year-old call girl Christine Keeler was introduced to John Profumo, the British Secretary of State for War. Keeler and her friend Mandy Rice Davies were swimming naked in the Cliveden pool. Keeler recalls spending an innocent night with Profumo, exploring the house and dressing up in armor. But the friendship soon became less innocent, involving a full-blown affair. Profumo was a rising star who moved in the top levels of British society and was married to movie star Valerie Hobson. But the affair ended after just a month when the cabinet secretary was alerted to a potential security risk by the head of MI5. At the same time as conducting an affair with Profumo, Keeler was sleeping with Yevgeny Ivanov. It was later alleged that Ivanov asked Keeler to try and find out from Profumo the date nuclear warheads would be delivered to West Germany. Profumo was told in no uncertain terms to break off the relationship. For 2 years, rumors swirled around Whitehall about the scandalous affair, but it stayed out of the public eye. In 1962, however, police were brought in to investigate a shooting incident involving 2 of Keeler's lovers. It didn't take long for both police and journalists to find out about the affair, but both parties remained silent due to a tradition of respecting politicians' private lives. This changed in March 1963, when opposition MP George Whig gave a speech in the House of Commons accusing Profumo of impropriety and breaching national security. One of Profumo's defenders was a Dr. Stephen Ward.
I've known Jack Profumo for about 7 years, and I've just read the statement that he made in the House of Commons this afternoon. It's a dreadful thing that a man should be put in the position of having to do this as a result of entirely baseless rumors and insinuations that have been started by the press. I know them to be baseless because I was there when the meetings took place. And there is absolutely nothing of a sinister nature which can be attached to these occasions.
But as well as being a well-regarded osteopath, Stephen Ward was running an exclusive call girl service, and Keeler was one of his girls. Ward was later charged with living off the earnings of prostitution and committed suicide the day the verdict was due to be handed down.
I've been absolutely appalled to see the deceitful way in which an impression is created in people's minds, but at the same time, those people aren't told specifically what the accusations are. Take the case of Captain Ivanov at the Soviet embassy. I know this man. I've known him for about 2 years. I know him to be a man of great honor. I've never heard him once say anything detrimental to this country. I've never heard him be disrespectful to the Prime Minister. He was a loyal Russian and liked by everybody he met. And yet somehow he's been represented as a sinister figure, and goodness only knows what sort of interpretation is being put upon the fact that he was a visitor to my flat.
Keeler herself alleged in her 2001 autobiography that Ward ran a Soviet spy ring that included the head of MI5, Roger Hollis, and known spy Anthony Blunt. It didn't take long for the truth to come out about Profumo's affair with Keeler, and the minister was forced to make a humiliating apology for lying to the House and resign his ministry and his seat in the House of Commons. Another call girl who became notorious from the case was Mandy Rice Davies. The teenager testified that she'd been one of the prostitutes run by Stephen Ward. During his trial, she made the now famous remark, "Well, he would, wouldn't he?" when asked why Lord Astor denied knowing or having an affair with her. Rice Davies used the Profumo affair to launch a semi-successful music career. In the months following Stephen Ward's death, senior judge Lord Denning conducted an investigation. He concluded that national security was not compromised by the affair, but criticized the government for not dealing with the problem more quickly. Although the conservative Macmillan government clung to power, Macmillan was weakened by the scandal and forced to step down in October 1963 due to ill health. Soon after his resignation in June 1963, Profumo volunteered as a cleaner at an East End charity, something he continued to do until his death in 2006. Christine Keeler served a 9-month prison sentence for perjury following the trial of her ex-lover, Lucky Gordon, and has written several books about the Profumo affair. Despite many rumors, no further evidence has emerged to link Stephen Ward to Russian espionage. Declassified American intelligence documents mention suspicions that while Ward had never been established as a communist, he was friendly towards the Russians. With its salacious mix of sex, politics, and spying, the Profumo affair remains one of the great British scandals. Coming up, a music legend on